So as requested, here's some information on creating a template. When would you want to create a template? Well, when you are part of an organization or you're part of a business and you want to update basically letterhead or the correspondence feature that you will use when you send things out, that is when you'd want to create a template. Other times you might want to create a template or for something that you would use on a very frequent basis. So like my brother does custom bailing, and so one of the things he does is on his billing statement, he just went ahead and created a letterhead, that includes like his little logo that he has and his contact information. So that goes out on every bill, and it's just something that goes with his billing statement. But he uses a template because it's going to be the same thing he uses again and again and again. And why reinvent the wheel? That's kind of what a template does. Now, as you can see on the screen, when you are creating a new template, a few things to remember when you do the save as, you're going to save as a document template. So I want to show you what that's going to look like. So when I do a save as of this document, you can see right now it's a .docx. When I do a save as of this document, and I want to make it into a template, I need to make sure that I save that as a .dotx. That's T as in template. And we wait patiently for the screen to open. Right down here where it says Format and Word Document, you change it to a Word template, .dotx. Now look what happens, right now where it's at, look what happens when I save it to a template. It goes by default to My Templates, which is fine if you know where My Templates are at. That would be in your project gallery under My Templates. But if you don't know where that is, or you want to make sure you're going to submit the right file, then you would move that item back to Documents or your desktop or wherever it is you're keeping all of your computer apps files. Some of you it's in 4 or 5 random places. Let's try to get it in one central spot. So then you hit save, and then it is a template. The cool thing when you reopen a template is it opens with just that template. It doesn't open with all the other stuff. So when you are opening a letterhead and you've maybe typed other stuff on there, if you save it as a template, it automatically will open as a brand new document. It will not say whatever it was as a template. It will say document 1. So for instance, I want to show you one that I happen to have in my files. It is the Pierce Public Schools letterhead. And I know I showed you this in class the other day, but I just want you to be clear on this. Probably under library maybe. Gotta remember where I keep my files. Pierce High School stuff. What a good place to keep it. So you can see I have an older letterhead and I have a newer version of the letterhead. The reason I have this .docx one though is because when I had to create it, I just created that. So here it is. Oh, if this opens with pages, shame, shame, shame on me. It is. Stop, force quit. So sorry. Didn't mean for that to happen. Let's go back. I'm going to show you another quick freebie. If you go to Get Info, when you see something like that wants to open in Pages, if I go to Get Info and I go down to Open With, I can tell it by default to always use Word and then change all. So now right here it pops up, every single document that is a template will now open with this Word instead of Pages, because that was very annoying. Just going to make sure, open with, yep, Microsoft Word is my default. So I'm going to go ahead and open it with that. And notice it's not going to come in and say Pierce Public Schools letterhead 2015-16. It's going to come in and say document 1. That's the cool thing about having a letterhead. Now, a few other key components to remember with letterhead is you always want to make sure it goes into the header. Now, other templates you may not want to do that with, but it's just not as likely to be deleted. Could people still double click in here and go delete stuff? Oh, heavens, yes. But are they as likely to? Probably not. And especially something like a letterhead, they're not going to mess with that item. And you always need to make sure a letterhead has key components such as a graphic of some sort, the place or the institution or the business name, and then contact information, whether it be emails, phone numbers, hopefully you wouldn't do pagers, but you never know, maybe, and definitely your web presence. I've seen letterheads actually that include people's Twitter handles, ones that include Facebook, and I've also seen some that have like Tumblr or LinkedIn accounts on them as well. So hopefully this clears up any questions you might have on templates.